Hey everyone, this is Bo from the Mario server. I'm here to do a video on gold making in shadow missions. Alright, so please keep in mind that this is not the best way to make gold. There are definitely better ways to make gold in Mabinogi, but this video will specifically focus on gold making in shadow missions. Okay, so I've compiled a list of my favorite top 3 shadow missions from each Tara and Taillteann, and I'll be running them using magic, whoop whoop, magic, and Bard, and of course, you guessed it, Alchemy. Yeah, Alchemy. I will probably switch to melee at some point, but other than that, I won't be using any other skills. I'll also be using my Yui and pets to make the runs faster, and I know some of you guys are gonna be like, oh, Bobo, I don't have a Yui. Well, it's okay, because I know some of you guys have Demi, and that works just like a Yui. Alright, so let's not waste any time and get started. Let's go. Boop, boop. Alright, now before I begin, I just want you guys to know that I will mostly be focusing on solo missions in this video. And the reason why behind that is because it can be kind of difficult to find a consistent party in Mabinogi to spam runs with, especially for gold. So just know that most of these missions are solo. Also, keep in mind that my level in this game is relatively high, so for some people it may take longer to do these runs. For me, it might take 4 or 5 minutes, and for others it might even take 10 or 20 or even 30 minutes long. So please kind of, determine the difference between like damage and kind of calculate how long it might take you to do runs. It's not going to be guaranteed that you'll be getting, X amount of gold in X amount of time if the damage and the levels are definitely different. My gears for this run is also not too OP. It's they're okay. They're like in the middle. There's nothing too fancy schmancies. They're upgraded, but they're not reforged. Or well, actually they are reforged, but they're not enchanted or anything like that. So yeah, that is something I just want to let you guys know. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, let's start off with Taillteann as the first set of missions I have for you guys. And then after that, I'm going to show you guys my list for Tara, and it'll be up to you guys to decide on what shadow mission you want to spam for gold. Alright, let's begin this. Okay, so number 1 on my list for Taillteann is Stones of Sliab Cuilin. It is a 1 to 2 person mission, and you can make up to 8.7k gold and 45k EXP in hard mode. Now the reason why I picked this run is because it's super easy. All you gotta do is just eat the berry in the beginning, and then it'll show you where all the mobs will spawn. Pretty much go to each spawn point and kill the mobs. The mobs are just, there's a small amount of mobs, about 4 mobs per spawn point. You can just literally just clear them, and the mobs are all in kind of a circular path. If you can see on the map, they're all in one big circle. You're just literally circling the map. Once you pretty much clear all the mobs, you have a golem at the end to kill. Now roughly on average, it takes me about 4 to 5 minutes to finish this run, and in 4 to 5 minutes you can earn 8.7k gold. So multiply that for about half an hour and you can make up to 52k gold per half an hour, or about 100k gold every hour. Now don't forget to take repairs into consideration. I mean, you can make a bunch of golds for that amount of time, but if you spend a lot of money having to repair, then you won't be making too much gold, right? So keep that in mind in terms of what gears you're using to do these spammable gold runs. Now the reason why I put this mission as my top 1 for Taillteann is because it's just friendly for all types of classes, and you could pretty much at some point probably do this with your eyes closed. But there is actually another mission that I probably prefer over this one, and it is my second choice mission because it gives double the amount of gold you can receive at the same amount of time it takes me to finish this run. However, it is a little bit more difficult and it is a little bit more annoying, and that mission is pretty much Battle for Taillteann II. Battle for Taillteann II is a 1 to 3 person mission, and it gives 17.1k gold, double of Stones of Sliab, and 100k EXP in hard mode. Now, the reason why I didn't choose this as my top one is because this mission can be relatively difficult. There are ice mines everywhere, there's annoying barrier spikes, and the mobs can be hard. Lots of the mobs are archers, so if you're not really good at fighting archers, then it can be a problem. The ice mines are really hard too. They can be really annoying unless you have things that show you where the ice mines are, or if you know where they usually are placed. Also, the pattern in this area is not too easy to remember. I mean, it kind of sort of goes in somewhat of a circular path, but not as easy to remember as Stones of Sliab. Pretty much in this mission, all you gotta do is clear the mobs, and they spawn only when you clear them, so you can't really, you know, go in advance to the next spawn and clear the mobs, because you gotta actually clear the first wave first, so that can take some time to do. But once you kind of get used to the run and clear them in the path that you know that they're gonna spawn, this mission can be relatively quick. And if you can kind of finish it in the same amount of time you finish Stones of Sliab, then this will give you double the amount of gold you can receive. The final boss is pretty much a shadow commander and some mobs, so it's not too bad. I mean, I feel that the only difficult part of this run is really just the archers. They can be really annoying, and I guess the ice mines. I mean, that can stall you from finishing the run faster. As long as you can kill really quick, and I really do want to emphasize really quick, because if you don't kill the waves fast enough, your mission will fail. But as long as you can kill the mobs really quick and not have too many problems finding the waves, then this mission can be really decent in gold making. The last mission on my list for Taillteann is Dorren's Request. It is a 1 to 3 person mission, and it gives 9.3k gold and a whopping 150k EXP. Now, I know some of you guys are going to be like, huh, Dorren's? Really? Why the heck are you going to choose Dorren's Request? Now, I won't lie and say that Dorren's Request is mostly favorable to alchemists, specifically with high level synthesis. In Dorren's Request, all you gotta do is go inside and clear each orb. You need to have a minimum of 2 material drops for each orb, and basically what you're gonna do with those materials is synthesize them into a synthesized darkness crystal, and you need to have at least 2. It's not too difficult really if your synthesis is a high level, but the only problem with this mission is that it is a gamble. In this mission, you do not get any EXP from the mobs, which is unfortunate, and you aren't guaranteed the drops or the successful synthesized material in the end. So if you do fail or have a hard time getting drops, you might spend a longer time in this mission. But if you are lucky and you can actually finish this run within 5 minutes or so, it's a decent amount of gold. I mean, it's not as much as Battle for Taillteann II. It is a little bit more than Stones of Sliab, but it gives a whopping amount of EXP at the end. In summary, Dorren's Request is mostly good for EXP, but at the same time, it's okay with gold too. If you're somewhat strong and you don't really want to kill things that are too difficult or do synthesis, then Stones of Sliab was probably the best choice for you. If you're decently strong and you don't mind archers and stuff like that, then go for Battle for Taillteann. It'll give double the amount of gold. But if you are good at synthesis and you also want to kind of have some good EXP, then I would suggest doing Dorren's Request. Now it's on to Tara's top 3 missions. The first one on my list for Tara is Their Method. Their Method is a solo mission, and it gives 4.5k gold and 60k EXP. Now the reason why I picked this run is because literally all you are killing in this run are zombies. And for those who've never fought zombies before, zombies in Mabinogi are super easy to kill. All you literally are doing is windmilling them. Unfortunately, they do not get harmed by magic too much, so in this run I'll actually have to use melee. So basically all you gotta do in this run is to clear the waves of zombies. And they're really easy to find. If you can't find them, you can always demi or use a UE. And if you are good with alchemy, you can just kind of drop a Hydra and run. That's kind of like my main method here. See what I did there? Their method. Okay, well, anyways. So in this run, after you clear the waves, I guess, of slow zombies, you're going to reach the end, and at the end you'll see just a room full of zombies. So it's literally all you're killing is zombies. Now obviously this mission is really easy for melee, but if you're a class that have a hard time killing zombies, then probably this is not the mission for you. For my second mission in Tara, I will have to say that Enemy Behind is my next choice for gold making. Enemy Behind is pretty much good for all classes, doesn't matter if you're magic, there's not really any enemies in here that's immune to anything. So pretty much in this run, all you gotta do is just clear waves. There's, wave after wave of mobs, and they kind of spawn in a certain pattern, so you can kind of follow the path around the area to easily find where the next spawn may be. Once you kind of get used to the pattern of the spawn, it makes it really easy to finish this run. Now you might run into a few orbs, and these are probably the only hard part. Normally I just kind of drop a Hydra and run. That makes it easy for me to clear the other mobs while the Hydra is killing the mobs on the other side. Now not everybody has a high level Hydra, so obviously this run will favor alchemists with high level Hydra. But as long as you can kill the enemies in the circle fast enough, then it's no problem. Hydra's just easy because it just go like dead, and then you just kind of like haha, just continue on with the run. Again, this run is quick. It can probably take about 4 to 5 minutes to finish, just like the rest of them. The end boss is pretty much a dark commander, and it's not too difficult. I mean, the only hard part is really the former circles. If you want something a bit more challenging and longer, then Lingering Darkness is my next choice. Lingering Darkness gives 10.5k gold and 82.5k EXP, and it's pretty much a 1 to 3 person mission. Now, Lingering Darkness actually takes me a little bit longer to do. It doesn't take me about 5 minutes to do. It might take me about 8 minutes to finish, 8 to 9 minutes to finish. But despite the fact that it takes me that long, it gives me a bit more gold than the other missions. In this run, you pretty much clear waves and waves of enemies, and it's going in the opposite pattern of their method. I mean, there are some bear spikes and some archers, not too much of a problem. Kind of like Battle for Taillteann II, but not too much difficulty in finding them. I personally don't like doing this run because it's a little bit longer, and that basically means I don't complete as much missions as often as the other ones. But in the long run, it can give you a little bit more gold if you're able to, assuming if you're able to finish the run quickly and not have too many problems with those darn former circles. Just like Enemy Behind, Lingering Darkness boss is pretty much a dark commander, and once you're done with that boss, then you're done with the mission. Now I know in this video I was mostly covering solo runs. For those that want to know what is the best party run for making gold, then I will have to say hands down that it is in Taillteann, and the mission is called Conflict and Unexpected Battle. This run is a 3 to 4 party run, and you can earn up to 14.7k gold and 52k EXP in hard mode. The only hard part about this is finding 3 to 4 people to do the run with. Unfortunately, for those that don't know how shadow missions work in Mabinogi, if the party says you need to have 3 to 4, then you need to have actually 3 to 4 people to enter the mission. You won't be able to enter the mission solo. Doing this run pretty much only takes about maybe 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes if you're really good, and it is a lot of gold in a short amount of time. Now, when it comes to Tara, it can be really difficult to determine what is the best party run to make gold off of. Now, some people may argue that maybe Sulfur Spider is one of the best choices, and I personally think that it really depends on how well the party finishes the run in Sulfur Spider. But other than that, the best choice here would be Lord missions, and that would be specifically Scathach Caverns, the secret of Scathach Caverns. In this run, you can earn up to 34k gold and 196k EXP. Now this is actually quite a lot of gold and EXP, and the reason why behind it is because it's a Lord mission. So that means you need to have at least 5 to 6 people to do this run, and at the same time you need to have a master talent. And not to mention, you need to everyone in the party have to have a Lord Pass. And Lord Passes, pretty much, they drop in other Shadow Mission end chest rewards. So it's not too, easy to spam off of, since you're also limited to 3 runs a day. Anyways, I hope that my video was rather helpful for you guys. For those that want to make gold off of Shadow Missions, please keep in mind that the numbers are based off of hard mode runs. So if you're doing basic or intermediate, it's going to be a lot different. Anyways, thanks you guys for watching, and like always, stay awesome.